Respect is not always something grandiose or overtly expressed. More often, it's quiet, understated, and woven into the fabric of everyday interactions. What if I told you that genuine respect doesn't announce itself with applause or elaborate gestures? Instead, it shows up in the details, the way someone listens, the way they honor your time, and how they treat you when you're not even present. In today's world, where superficial compliments and hollow actions are all too common, it's easy to mistake flattery or polite words for actual respect. But true respect has a depth to it, one that is firmly rooted in authenticity and character. As the Stoics teach, what truly matters lies beneath the surface, in actions governed by principles of integrity, empathy, and consideration. Through their wisdom, we can learn to recognize these subtle signs, not just for what they reveal about others, but for how they can inspire us to cultivate respect in our own lives. Let's delve into these 5 quiet yet powerful indicators of genuine respect and uncover how they can transform your perspective on relationships. Respect is often revealed not through grand gestures, but in the subtleties of someone's words and actions. The way they speak to you, whether with kindness, patience, or genuine interest, says more about their regard for you than any outward display of affection. Respectful people choose their words carefully, ensuring their tone uplifts rather than belittles. But even more telling are their actions in your absence. Do they defend your character, protect your reputation, or honor your boundaries when you're not around? These behaviors reflect the Stoic principle of integrity, which emphasizes that one's actions, both seen and unseen, must align with virtue. Fake flattery may charm temporarily, but it lacks the consistency and depth of true respect. By observing these quiet yet powerful signs, you can separate those who honor you from those who merely seek to please you for personal gain. Number 1. They value your time and energy. Time is the one thing no one can get back. A person who values your time respects your life. People who respect you demonstrate their regard for your time and energy by being punctual and considerate of your schedule. They understand that time is a finite and invaluable resource, something the Stoics, like Seneca, often emphasized. When someone respects you, they show up on time, keep their commitments, and make an effort to ensure interactions are meaningful rather than superficial. For example, they won't cancel plans at the last minute without a valid reason or expect you to rearrange your priorities to suit their convenience. In contrast, individuals who are careless or dismissive about your schedule reveal a lack of respect. They may frequently show up late, waste your time with trivial matters, or impose on your energy by demanding attention without considering your obligations. This behavior reflects an indifference to your boundaries and priorities. Respectful people, on the other hand, recognize that valuing your time is an indirect way of valuing you, as it acknowledges your efforts, responsibilities, and the limited hours you have in a day. This distinction becomes even clearer when examining how people manage your energy. Respectful individuals are mindful of how their demands or actions impact your mental and emotional well-being. They avoid draining you with unnecessary drama or excessive requests and instead strive to uplift and support you. They might ask if it's a good time to talk or ensure their interactions with you are purposeful and constructive. On the other hand, those who are dismissive of your energy often exhibit self-centered behavior, expecting you to always be available while disregarding how it might affect you. These people may call or message at inappropriate times, monopolize conversations with their problems, or fail to appreciate your efforts in helping them. By contrast, people who respect you demonstrate emotional intelligence and empathy. They understand that your time and energy are finite, just as their own are, and they treat them with the care they deserve. Their actions show a deeper awareness of what it means to live harmoniously and cooperatively, principles deeply rooted in Stoicism. This mutual respect creates healthier relationships and ensures that interactions are built on trust, consideration, and genuine regard for one another's well-being. A true friend who takes the time to check before calling or ensures that meetings with you are productive is demonstrating a deep sense of respect for your time and priorities. In a world where people often act impulsively or prioritize their own convenience, this small but meaningful gesture speaks volumes. It shows that they understand time is a finite resource, one of the most valuable commodities in life, as the Stoics frequently emphasized. Seneca once wrote, "Nothing is ours except time." When someone respects your schedule, they're essentially respecting your life and the way you've chosen to allocate your energy. By avoiding interruptions and being considerate of how their actions may affect your day, they reveal a genuine care for your well-being and boundaries. It's not just about being polite. It's about being mindful and intentional in how they engage with you, qualities that are rare and should not be taken for granted. This subtle act is a quiet yet profound sign of respect that strengthens trust and mutual appreciation in any relationship. Number 2, they listen more than they speak. Respect is deeply reflected in how much someone values your words, and the Stoics considered listening to be one of the most profound virtues. True respect isn't just about hearing. It's about listening with intention and understanding. When someone genuinely respects you, they don't just wait for their turn to speak. They absorb what you're saying, reflect on it, and engage thoughtfully. This aligns with the Stoic belief that wisdom begins with listening. As Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Respectful individuals don't dismiss your ideas, interrupt you, or undermine your thoughts. Instead, they remain fully present, demonstrating through their body language and responses that your words hold weight. This type of listening fosters deeper connections and mutual understanding, creating an environment where both parties feel valued and respected. In a world full of distractions and noise, a person who truly listens is offering you one of the highest forms of respect. When someone listens without interrupting or invalidating your feelings, they demonstrate a profound level of respect that goes beyond words. In a world where many conversations feel like battles for attention, a truly respectful listener creates a safe space for you to express yourself fully. They don't just hear your words. They pay attention to the emotions and intentions behind them. By resisting the urge to interrupt, they show that your perspective matters and that they value understanding your point of view before responding. Moreover, they refrain from dismissing or minimizing your feelings, even if they don't entirely agree with you. Instead, they acknowledge your experience as valid, reflecting empathy and emotional intelligence. This kind of listening is rare and deeply meaningful, as it aligns with the Stoic principle of humility, recognizing that one's own perspective isn't the only one that matters. In doing so, they foster mutual respect and trust, creating a foundation for stronger and more meaningful relationships. This kind of respectful listening also highlights their self-control, a key Stoic virtue. Interrupting or invalidating often stems from a need to dominate the conversation or prove one's point. But someone who respects you sets aside their ego to prioritize your thoughts and emotions. They understand that true communication is a two-way street, not a competition to be won. By giving you their undivided attention, they demonstrate patience and mindfulness, allowing the conversation to flow naturally and authentically. This behavior also signals that they see you as an equal, someone whose ideas and emotions are worth considering and reflecting upon. Respectful listening builds a bridge of understanding and ensures that you feel seen and valued. It also reflects their ability to live by principles of fairness and justice, cornerstones of Stoic philosophy. When someone listens to you with such depth and consideration, they are silently telling you, you matter, and your voice deserves to be heard. In turn, this cultivates a relationship based on mutual respect, where both individuals feel empowered to share without fear of judgment or dismissal. True respect, after all, isn't just shown through actions but through the ability to make others feel understood and valued in their presence. When someone genuinely respects you, it's evident in the way they engage with your ideas. They don't just wait for their turn to speak or brush past your words to impose their opinions. Instead, they actively listen, showing interest in what you have to say. They ask thoughtful follow-up questions that demonstrate they not only heard your perspective, but also took the time to understand it. This isn't just polite conversation. It's an indication that they value your mind and contributions. Moreover, they resist the urge to steer the discussion back to themselves or their agenda, which is a subtle but significant act of humility and respect. By prioritizing your thoughts and ensuring you feel heard, they show that your voice matters as much as theirs, fostering mutual respect and deeper connections. Number 3. They speak well of you behind your back. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, deeply understood the power of integrity and its connection to genuine respect. In his meditations, he often reflected on the importance of being consistent in thought, word, and deed, whether others are watching or not. For Marcus, true respect goes beyond the moments when you are physically present. It extends into the spaces where your absence is felt. A respectful person doesn't speak ill of you behind your back or betray your trust in any way. Instead, they honor your character and uphold your dignity, even when you're not around to witness it. This silent adherence to integrity shows a profound level of respect. It's in the way they defend your reputation in your absence, how they share your accomplishments without diminishing your value, and how they act with fairness and honesty when you're not looking. This type of respect is rooted in a deep understanding of virtue, where actions are guided not by external approval but by an unwavering commitment to doing what's right. It's a reflection of their inner strength and, ultimately, a recognition of the intrinsic worth you possess as a person. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs of respect is when someone defends your character in your absence. In a world filled with idle gossip, it's rare to find people who resist the urge to speak ill of others behind their backs. When someone respects you, they don't indulge in conversations that tarnish your reputation or join in when others speak poorly of you. Instead, they protect your image by either changing the subject or standing up for you, even when you're not there to hear it. This act is a reflection of their integrity and loyalty, both of which are key aspects of respect. It shows that they value not just what you do, but who you are, your character, and your dignity. They understand that your worth is not something to be degraded or minimized in their presence, and that true respect means supporting you even in your absence. For the Stoics, this aligns with the principle of living virtuously and treating others with honor, as Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of maintaining the same character in private as one does in public. When someone stands by you and defends you in situations where they could easily remain silent, it's a clear sign of their deep respect for you. When someone speaks highly of you in your absence, it's a subtle yet powerful indication of respect. This behavior goes beyond mere politeness. It shows that they value your character and are willing to defend it even when you're not there to witness it. In Stoic philosophy, integrity and virtue are paramount, and those who truly respect you will maintain your dignity regardless of the setting. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, frequently spoke of the importance of consistency in one's principles, acting with integrity whether under scrutiny or not. When someone stands up for you or highlights your strengths in your absence, it's a sign they see you for who you truly are, not just when it's convenient or beneficial to them. This type of respect is not about seeking approval in front of an audience. It's about recognizing the value in someone, irrespective of whether they are around to hear it. It is a reflection of their internal alignment with Stoic virtues like honesty and fairness. Number 4, they give constructive feedback. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, believed that true friendship was rooted in mutual respect and growth. He taught that a genuine friend doesn't shy away from pointing out your flaws, but does so with kindness and thoughtfulness. The Stoic idea is that we all have areas of weakness or blind spots, and real friends, those who respect you, understand the importance of helping you improve. They don't do this out of criticism or judgment, but out of a desire for your betterment, which ultimately strengthens the relationship. Unlike superficial acquaintances who might avoid uncomfortable truths or offer only praise, a Stoic friend is honest, but their honesty is always grounded in care. They approach your flaws not as something to belittle, but as opportunities for growth, encouraging you to rise above them in the same way a mentor might guide a student. This approach is a key element of Stoic philosophy, which teaches that progress is a communal effort and true respect is found in the willingness to help someone become the best version of themselves, without fear of uncomfortable conversations. Someone who truly respects you understands that growth often requires discomfort and constructive criticism. They won't shy away from offering advice, even when it's difficult to hear. In fact, their willingness to provide honest feedback is a testament to their deep respect for your potential and their desire to see you improve. The Stoics believe that true friendship and respect involve helping others become the best version of themselves, which sometimes means addressing their weaknesses. Rather than simply telling you what you want to hear, someone who respects you will share insights that may challenge your perspective or push you to confront uncomfortable truths. However, the way they deliver this advice is crucial. It's not about criticism for the sake of criticism, but rather an act of care and guidance. By offering feedback in a thoughtful, respectful manner, they show that they value you enough to help you grow, even when it's uncomfortable. This is the essence of respect: the courage to speak the truth and the humility to accept it. When someone truly respects you, they understand the importance of preserving your dignity and are mindful of your feelings. This is why a person who values you will choose to correct you privately rather than embarrassing you in front of others. In line with Stoic philosophy, where virtue and personal growth are key, the Stoics taught that correction should be a tool for improvement, not humiliation. Epictetus, for instance, stressed that one should avoid causing unnecessary discomfort or shame to others. A respectful individual recognizes that public correction can lead to feelings of humiliation, making it harder for you to learn or grow from the experience. Instead, they'll take the time to pull you aside, offer their feedback calmly, and help you reflect on the matter in a way that encourages personal development without causing harm to your self-esteem. In doing so, they preserve your sense of worth, ensuring that their respect for you remains intact while still guiding you toward better choices. This type of correction fosters a deeper, more constructive connection, grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Number 5, they respect your boundaries. Respect is most profoundly demonstrated when someone acknowledges and honors the limits you set, whether emotional, physical, or mental. The Stoics believed in maintaining a strong sense of self-control and boundaries as essential components of a peaceful and virtuous life. When someone respects your boundaries, they are not only showing regard for your personal space, but also understanding the importance of your inner peace. For example, emotional boundaries are seen when someone doesn't push you to share more than you're comfortable with, allowing you to decide how much of yourself you wish to reveal. Physically, respect manifests when someone understands the need for space or privacy, never crossing a line without your consent. Mentally, they respect your need for mental rest, understanding that constantly demanding your attention or draining your energy is inconsiderate. A person who consistently honors these boundaries not only shows respect for who you are, but also demonstrates a deep understanding of your humanity and the need for self-preservation. This level of respect is built on empathy and mindfulness, acknowledging that each individual has their own limits and needs, something the Stoics regarded as essential in cultivating harmonious relationships. A truly respectful person understands the importance of personal boundaries and autonomy. They recognize that each individual has their own limits and comfort zones, and they honor those boundaries without question. Unlike those who might pressure or manipulate you into actions that don't sit well with you, a respectful person will always respect your right to make decisions for yourself. Whether it's a matter of physical space, emotional needs, or personal time, they acknowledge that you have the power to say no without feeling guilty or obligated. This level of respect creates a sense of safety and trust, allowing the relationship to flourish in an environment where both parties feel valued and understood. For instance, if you communicate that you're not comfortable with a certain activity or request, a respectful person will never try to convince or coerce you into changing your stance. Instead, they'll accept your decision with grace, reaffirming your autonomy and reinforcing the strength of mutual respect in the relationship. When someone respects you, one of the most telling signs is how they react when you set a boundary, especially when you say no. In a world where many are driven by their own desires, a respectful person understands the importance of your limits and doesn't try to push or manipulate you into saying yes. Instead, they will accept your refusal gracefully, without guilt-tripping, pressure, or resentment. This reaction reflects not only their respect for your autonomy, but also their emotional maturity. The Stoics taught that true respect comes from understanding and accepting the nature of others' choices and boundaries without trying to control or impose their will. A person who reacts calmly and respectfully when you say no demonstrates a deep recognition of your value, acknowledging that your personal space and comfort are just as important as their own. On the flip side, if they push you, dismiss your feelings, or try to convince you otherwise, it's a clear sign that they may not fully respect you or your right to make decisions. Conclusion: respect isn't always found in grand gestures or loud proclamations. In fact, it's often nestled in the small, quiet moments that we tend to overlook. These are the subtle actions and words that reveal the depth of someone's regard for you, like a kind gesture when no one's watching, or a respectful silence when you need space. It's in the way someone listens to you without judgment, or how they honor your time and boundaries without making a fuss. These quiet signs, though not flashy, are often the truest indicators of respect. And this, in a sense, reflects not only their character but your own ability to recognize and appreciate it. Stoicism teaches us that respect, like many other virtues, is a matter of perception. It's not about seeking validation from others, but about understanding the quiet signs that speak volumes about their nature. By developing a Stoic mindset, we can cultivate the wisdom to see and value the respect around us, even when it's not immediately obvious. Respect, then, is not just something we receive, but something we are attuned to. An internal compass that helps us recognize the integrity of those around us, while also serving as a reflection of our own awareness and growth. Have you noticed any of these signs of respect in your own life? Perhaps there's someone in your circle who consistently listens to you without interrupting, or maybe a friend who always respects your boundaries and never pressures you beyond what feels right. It could even be that a colleague offers you constructive feedback with the intention of helping you grow, rather than simply pointing out flaws. These subtle signs of respect are often more valuable than grand gestures because they reflect the depth of someone's character. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who in your life has demonstrated these behaviors? How have these signs of respect shaped your relationships? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism together. As we reflect on these teachings, we can better understand the qualities that attract genuine respect, not just from others, but from ourselves as well.